Welcome to the Hawks Lounge, a podcast dedicated to storytelling, learning, and uplifting content creators. I am your host, Hawk, and welcome back to the campfire. We have a good story that will make you feel like something is crawling on your skin, or you're going to be disgusted, whichever one comes first. Without further ado, let's get into it. Roaches are a menace to society, and I put that on everything. There's something about this creature that doesn't sit right with me. Actually, there's many things about this creature that doesn't sit right with me. Why does it have 6 legs? What purpose does it serve on this planet? Is its only reason for living to barricade me from getting a late night snack? Why does it always appear at the worst possible time? A few years back, I was relaxing in my room listening to music and playing games. In this period of my life, I listened to dubstep heavily. It was something about that bass and rhythm that rattled my toothpick body. I was deep in a trance, locked in even, competing to win game after game after game. There was nothing quite like being in the zone when it mattered most. I had been on a winning spree, 5 games straight, and I was looking for the 6th win that night. Game 6 starts, and I begin to align my chakras for the most intense focus known to man when I hear a small buzzing. I turned to look for what was making that noise, and my eyes fell on my phone. I had set an alarm to get ready to go to bed. Holy crap, bro. I forgot I'm not clean. I needed to take a shower before going to bed because, oh boy, I was not smelling nice. But I needed to finish my game first. My team needed me to win. So I put the thought of taking a shower in the back of my mind and focused on winning the game. About 40 minutes passed by when the game had ended, and I lost badly. So bad that I was prepared to uninstall the game and never play it again. Dejected, I grabbed everything I needed and headed to the bathroom to take my shower. I opened the door, flicked on the lights, and set everything up. I glanced at the tub and noticed that the shower curtain didn't cover the rest of the tub. Easy fix. I'll just walk over and move the curtain, then take me a much needed shower. I approached the tub and grabbed the curtain when I noticed something at the bottom of my peripheral vision. It was brown with a little shine to it, and it seemed like it had small, thin branches coming from it. I turned my head to get a clearer image of this speck. My eyes fell on such a horrific sight. It was a 4-inch big, 6-legged, 6-inch antenna, wings flapping, shiny, brown-backed cockroach. Hell no, hell no, hell no, was all I could say as I jumped back and shook the doorknob to leave the bathroom. I bolted out of the bathroom as soon as I got the door open and stood in utter disbelief in my room with the door closed. Hell no. Why was that there? Especially now of all times. I didn't know what to do at that very moment and sat down in my room for 5 minutes, shaking. At minute 6, I knew what I had to do. Get rid of this behemoth of a roach by any means possible. I didn't want to do it. In fact, I didn't want anything to do with this roach. It owned the bathroom now. Who was I to impede? But I had made up in my mind that I was not going to lose this battle tonight. I had already taken a pretty fat L, and I was not going to let this 4-inch brown giant take away the only thing that I went to the bathroom for. I got up off my feet, held my head high, and walked out of the room and back to the battlefield that was the bathroom. I examined my surroundings and came up with a very delicately crafted strategy to take this 4-inch beast out of the war. I gathered the necessary materials for this plan to work. I headed to the kitchen to grab some paper towels because that was going to be the coffin for my enemy. I returned back to the bathroom where I commenced my plan, Operation Flood. Knowing the location of my target, I darted to the tub faucet and opened up the floodgates. Water gushed out of the faucet and started to spread across the surface of the tub. Quickly, I formed a scoop with my hands to catch the water and commenced the next phase of Operation Flood. Without a second thought, I launched myself over to the roach and began parting my hands when the roach disappeared in the fog of war. Confused, I dropped the water and scanned the bathroom. Where? It didn't just disappear, it couldn't have. I waited 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute, but nothing. The roach had disappeared. Unbelievable. At least I don't have to deal with it anymore, was the thought I had immediately after arriving to the conclusion that the roach was not my problem anymore. Satisfied, I turned off the faucet, left the bathroom, and returned the paper towels back to the kitchen because I didn't need them anymore. I headed back to the bathroom, and I thought the war was over. But little did I know. Because once I turned the corner and made it to the entrance of the bathroom, there it was, with its body facing mine with a look of pure chaos. It had a menacing presence this time around, one that felt more aggressive. Unsure of what to do, I stared at the roach for a few seconds, but a few seconds was all it took because it sprinted towards me. All 6 legs worked together to throw the roach at me. Frightened by the speed, I took a step back, but I realized that I was close to a door, my parents' door, in fact, and I didn't want to wake them up, so I needed a quick solution to dodge this roach. With each passing second, the roach got closer and closer. Right before the roach was a foot away from my feet, it stopped and stood still. It turned its back on me even. It shouldn't have done that, because I was going to end this once and for all. I sprinted back to the kitchen to grab a very vital weapon, the fly swatter. I teleported back to where the roach stood, and with all power and might gathered in my right arm, I struck the roach with the power of 1,000 suns. Nothing. It didn't even react. The roach turned its body to face me, almost as if to say,
"Is that the best you got?"
Oh. Filled with rage, I sprinted back to the kitchen to grab the paper towels because this was going to be over quickly. Before coming back to the battlefield, I grabbed the best weapon for the job. Shoes. But not my shoes, oh no. My mother's shoes. I needed to keep my shoes clean. Back on the scene, I prepared to strike the roach when a realization crossed my mind. Oh shoot, I'm on carpet. I can't ruin the carpet with roach juices. What was I to do? Before I could try to figure anything out, the roach bolted away from me, but it had another target in mind. My room. No, no, no! I thought in a fit of rage, being influenced by nothing but pure emotion. I pounced on the roach and sent a barrage of attacks. 1, 2, 4, 8 strikes. The roach was bouncing off the carpet with each consecutive strike. Exhausted, I take a step back and look down on my opponent. I've won this war. I grabbed the paper towels, bent down, and laid the paper towels over the roach. Getting ready to seal this coffin, I went to wrap the paper towel around the cockroach when, out of nowhere, the roach sprinted from under and beelined straight to my room. Quickly, I grabbed the shoe and relentlessly assaulted the roach again. Immediately after the dust settled, I wrapped the cockroach in the paper towels, and for the final time, I barbarically thrashed the roach with attacks in its coffin. I've won, was all I thought at that moment. To solidify my victory, I grabbed the paper towel coffin and tossed it into the toilet. I was done, finally. I took the shoes and returned them to their original place because I knew I was done. I had did good work. After setting down the shoes, I turned around slowly, only to see a 4-inch big, 6-legged, 6-inch antenna, wings flapping, shiny, brown-backed cockroach. If you enjoyed this episode, I highly recommend that you follow the Hawks Lounge podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Become a member of the flock by subscribing to the YouTube channel and turning on post notifications. And if you feel so inclined, join the Discord for a chance to share your stories. If you or somebody you know has a business or is a content creator, feel free to fill out the corresponding forms below for a shout out at the end of an episode. With all that being said, I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to listen to the story today. I hope to see you next time.